Hello, la la la, and welcome back to Grillotown with your host Holland220. So, from the last video, really not much has changed. We're still rocking and rolling at ×5, and we're already in the early summer. So I'm going to go ahead and slow that down to ×2, and I'm going to try and get a crop going. And I bought potatoes. Not very exciting, but it might have been the only thing that the trader had. Actually, I think it was. There's a choice between squash and potatoes, and I'm Irish and it's almost March, so in honor of my Irish heritage, I got some potatoes going. So we're gonna go ahead and potato, and we're gonna go ahead and do two. I guess another little introduction, real quick. This is the number of citizens that can work at a location, and this is the number of citizens that are working at a location. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 citizens as farmers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another house out over here so that these farmers can basically live where they work. Yeah, that looks good. So we'll keep farmers, builders 4. Now we only need 2. So I'll go ahead and do 3 farmers, and I'll keep 2 builders going, and I'll keep two laborers going. Like I said, I'm really trying to pump out tools. I'm going to go ahead and hire the tool count. Let's just make sure this is all going smooth. Yeah, 3 farmers, 2 builders. What I'm doing is I'm looking right here at the number of citizens working on this site, and just double checking that I'm kind of doing the right thing. Yeah, let's do a little like trading post kind of discussion here. So this is the inventory on how many things you have at the trading post. Now, when a trader arrives, the only thing you could trade with are the items that are in the trading post. Nothing in your barn will can be used. So the plus and minuses of this are your citizens can't take anything out of here. So let's just say, God forbid, we run out of food, and I have all this food in here. 20 berries, 40 onions, 40 roots, 20 venison. My citizens won't be able to get at this food. They'll start starving, and what you have to do is use the workers that are in here. Will have to eventually take this out and bring them back to the barn. So another thing is tools. So I pretty much exhausted all my tools to get those seeds, but now I'm back up to 81 tools again. So what I want to do is I want to higher the amount of tools that I have in here by 40, because I already have 20 in there. So we're going to be taking 40 items from the stored tools and bringing them over into the inventory of my trading post. This way, the next time the trader comes, I'll have a nice amount of iron tools to barter with. And the same goes for all the other items in here. I still have a lot of firewood, herbs, even though they're not worth a lot. So the other thing now you can look at is the value of each item. So tools are somewhat high. We'll say an average value item, and hide coats are probably the best thing I make right now at 15 a pop. So what'll happen is the trader comes from this way, from whatever, the north or the top of your screen. He sails down here, he'll stop here, and let's say he has about 10 barrels of beer at $10 a piece, and I want to buy all of them, so it'll say 100 here, and basically what I have to do is, there's no money in the game, you have to use the items that you have to try to match the amount he's asking for with the beer. So I would have to trade 10 tools and whatever, a coat and 5 fish. That's 100. And if he wants that, he'll take that. But a lot of times the traders won't take any of these kind of, I don't want to say bullshit, but cheaper items. For example, when I got the seeds, he would only take the better items, such as logs, firewood, hide, coat. I actually don't know how much stone is worth. Let's go ahead and grab 20 stone. Actually, let's just go ahead and grab 10 stone, and let's go ahead and grab 10 iron. just because I'm curious at how much those are worth. And the more people that you have working at the trading post, the faster items can be brought back and forth. So let's say, come autumn time, I'm looking, and for some reason the trader comes early, and I don't have anything in there. If I only have 2 people working here, I might not be able to get many items into the trader in time. So I just wanted to check and see how fast I was playing while I'm talking to you. So the more people you have working in there, the faster. See this lady right here? She's a trading lady. They're basically bringing. Let's go ahead and follow her. This is a neat little Sim City kind of like feature of this game. Is we could follow Migdalin the trader and see what she's up to, and she's going to pick up firewood because I raised the inventory on firewood that I want. Visiting the herbalist. I don't know why she's visiting the herbalist. Whatever. That was. See, this is kind of like the one little glitchy thing I found with this game is sometimes your citizens will do wacky things, or they won't really go and do a job right away that they should be doing. But it is what it is. It's a great game. So, I'm trying to get this house built still. Kind of surprised that we didn't finish that. I don't think this crop isn't gonna do anything this year. It's kind of just gonna be there. And wow, we really didn't even interfere too much with the hunting cabin. The one thing I did notice is even though each year has kind of gone down, I've seen less deer in the game. When I first started, there was just a ton of deer because this was all open field to kind of start with, and it was kind of weird because the deer would actually migrate. Yeah, and there they are. I noticed that the deer can cross the river on their own, and then I noticed that after a few years, the deer kind of dissipated, and then I noticed that there was a ton of deer over here in this kind of wooded and some open area zone. So I built this other hunting cabin, and it's just been doing great. The extra leather has been really, a good thing. Yeah. Wow, that stockpile's filling up. Like I said, a lot of my natural resources are coming from over here now, especially iron and stone. And I think what's going to happen eventually is, the iron and stone is just going to be depleted on the ground, and it's going to be, kind of a burden to make my citizens walk that far to get natural resources. So eventually what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to build a mine into the side of this little mountain right here, and build a quarry somewhere. But the thing with the quarry and the mines is you need like a fuck ton of people to properly work it. So, work it. Oh, yeah, sorry. So, that's that. So here are some kind of like problems, like I said, with the tailor is because I don't have like a cattle farm where I'm bringing in crazy amounts of leather. So she's not always busy, and like I said, I'll go ahead and reduce that, and there'll be nobody working there. And I'll go ahead and I'll check on this, and let's say I have 20 leather, I'll let her be a tailor again. And the other thing was, I put my fuel limit kind of low at 300 because it gets me through the winter, and it prevents me from overusing my stored logs. But what I'll do, because firewood I think is worth 2 or 3. Let's see, firewood 4, which is okay, subpar, we'll say. But as this maxes out, I go ahead and I'll increase my firewood by 20. And I'll always have a nice stock of firewood in here to buy somewhat expensive items. I did just notice that 2 things popped up. Reserve of iron is low, times 2. Yeah, 8 iron. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, is I have to, come all the way out here for the iron. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, there's a ton of iron over here, too. But, I mean, the one thing I don't really know about this game is, like, what I wish there was a scale to see, like, what this distance actually is. But, I mean, when I first started the game, there was just fucking iron and stone everywhere, so it was never really that big of an issue. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and look at this. I know I don't need the builders right now because I have my little house going. They're both hunters, which I didn't want. And they're farmers, which doesn't make any sense. That's kind of annoying. Wow, a lot of laborers live in that house. And we're up to 40 citizens. That's cool. I guess another. I don't know. It's annoying, but it's. I don't even know how you would program the computer to do that, because you would think that the farmers would live here. But I guess that's not that far of a walk, and really, that's not that far. Too far to go. And I guess another thing is you might be asking yourself, like, why did you build the farmland really far away? Well, I think it's because eventually, I'm going to build another farm here, and I didn't want to interfere with the hunting cabin too much because I knew I only had one seed's worth of crop. I only had enough seed to plant one potato crop. Potato. Yeah. Iron. Food is low, 59. Shit. See what I mean? That's, 59 isn't that low. And I'm sure everybody has a nice stockpile in their house, but it's kind of amazing how much food we go through being at, we're only 40 citizens. Let's see. I want to send my laborers out to get more iron and stone. And it's a fucking shitty walk, but we really got to take advantage of that iron over there. I was harvesting iron out of the ground over here, kind of behind my hunting lodge. Yeah, over here. Here's a nice way to kind of like cheat and see how much iron there is, or how much of a resource there is you can kind of like do this. And those red dots, that's the iron. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and have my laborers collect the rest of the iron in this region. Yeah. And I guess I'll have them collect stone from over here too. It just kind of stinks, it's a far walk, but there is another stockpile right here, so it's not like they have to carry... It's not like they have to carry the stone all the way over here. It's just kind of, the commute is long. Yeah. So, 0 builders. Oh! Phone call. I guess that's about 15 minutes anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video on that note. We have our crops going, and next video, we should be able to see a little trader interaction. So, thanks for watching, and come on back to Grillotown.